Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, creepy friends. Welcome to Nixie Bob's, and a little word of warning before we get started. Expect incoming in the next however long we're going to be here, because my postman should be bringing my new curling iron today, and I've just seen him walking around. So probably we're going to get disturbed. Hopefully not by the phone from stupid numbers from international that just want to try and sell me crap. So we're here today for our final BirchBox, which is the May edition, which is this one. No specific on it, kind of a marble effect on the box. I have made the decision as of now to unsubscribe from BirchBox. I think I'm going to go back to GlossyBox. The reason being that the boxes have really disappointed as of late, and this one isn't an exception. I'm going to show you a comparison between this one and LF and show you the absolute difference. I don't know what's going on with BirchBox, but I'm going to show you the products that we've got. I'm going to give a quick talk on each one, and then I'll talk to you a little bit more about it at the end. So we've got the standard drawer box style, and I am going to miss the boxes because, as you guys know, I've been using stack makeup in since, well, pretty much since they made the drawer boxes. So we've got the pamphlet brochure thing here, and they're also talking about the BirchBox benefits. That's something else I've got to talk about on the back because I've seen a lot of negativity going towards that. And this is all the stuff we have. Yeah, that's it. Believe it or not, but that is it. That's the postman now, so I'm not going to say too much. We're just going to like sit and wait because the pretty curling iron is here. Do you want to see the curling iron? I'll go get the curling iron. Okay, right, the box is mahoosive, look at it. For a small curling iron, well, it's not kind of small, I guess. I'll undo it for you. I'll let you guys see this because I'm probably going to review this anyway, so I might as well show you it now. And I'm pretty tough and I can't open. How much sellotape have they put on this thing, seriously? You guys are all probably going to know what this is soon, right? Here it is. It is the Babulous Conical Wand 13 to 25 millimeter wand. I was debating between the slightly big one, which I think is 19 to 33 or something like that. Ended up going with this one because, to be honest, my hair can slip out of curl quite easily. So I figured this one would probably be the better option. But I also loved how damn pink it was. I think I said on LF I was actually going to go for an H2D product, but when I realised that you literally are stuck at a certain heat temperature with that one, I decided that this one would be better. Yeah, there's a heat mat in it, but I don't believe there's a glove or anything like that. Oh, we do get a glove. I didn't think we got a glove. Oh, that's a bonus. I was thinking I was going to have to buy a glove myself. So yeah, that is the conical wand, and keep watching because I will probably do a talk on that during the week and see what happens. Back to the BirchBox, and Royal Mail have just sent me an item delivered thing. So this is literally it. We have 5 tiny products. The one thing we knew about was the mask eyeshadow. Now there was a black option and a grey option. I believe the grey option we had in a past box. I've got it, so I figured it wasn't really worth it. So instead I have the white option. I don't know the name of it. Does it have a name? No, it's just mineral eyeshadow. So because I am wearing my day-to-day makeup, I'm probably going to give this a try tomorrow because I am actually going out tomorrow evening. Got to come home from work at 10 and go back in at 11, which sucks. That is far too much. So it's like a very small white shade, but it seems to disperse really well and gives a lovely shading. Now for my vintage look for a couple of weeks time, next Thursday, when I'm going to a wedding, this is going to be perfect as long as it stays. The image that BirchBox sent of the selection wasn't good. It made it look very thin and very pale. So I think possibly you're going to need a couple of layers with that. Hope you guys like that because that was probably one of the best products in the box. The next thing we have, and I'm kind of going to be a bit brutal in this one because I'm not happy, is more Wish stuff. I do wish, ironically, no pun intended, that they would stop giving us this product brand. Every time it seems to be similar stuff. This is firming body cream. I don't particularly have much interest in this at all, unfortunately. Probably will be given to my mum. Smooths blemishes, provides a finer feeling, moisturises. It obviously is a body cream. I'm not really one for using body creams, and I think I remember looking at this, it's something like £27 for a full size of this, so that's a hell of a lot of money. The eyeshadow, by the way, is worth £14.49. Next thing we have it would not be a Nix Bobs video if I didn't drop something, is Kueshi Hairline Mask Brighten and Volume. It's a hair mask product, and a full size of this is only £10.50, so it's not really breaking the bank too much. Show stressed out hair some love with this nourishing treatment containing strengthening rice protein, hydrating jojoba oil and moisturising shea butter. It protects and adds shine to all hair types. Apply liberally to washed hair, leave for 3 minutes, then wash out. With these kind of things, you can leave it in for hours on end, so they're always a good idea to have. It wasn't actually what I thought when I looked at these yesterday. I thought it was more of a volumizing thing. It smells really nice, actually. You can really smell the shea butter in it. It would be one that I would try. I tend to be a little bit lax with, similarly with hair and skin masks, I tend to be very lazy. Next thing is something that I kind of don't fully understand. It's a clean on two-step nose pack, and looking at the bag, it's probably a Japanese kind of company. I think it's called Skin 79. It's Korean. Sorry, I retract that. It's Korean. It kind of has the similar writing. So I knew it wasn't Chinese because I have been to China, so I can kind of identify their language writing. I remember trying the blackhead pore mask, which was, I believe, Japanese or Korean again. Didn't really do my skin any good. I'll tell you what it is, because even I don't blinking well know. Need a more targeted approach to skincare? Try this Korean solution. Strip 1 is made with oil zapping charcoal, so it's like the blackhead clearing mask by the sound of it, and witch hazel to declog pores, while strip 2 smooths with green tea and cucumber. I would not try this purely on the basis that I have got my skin under control. I will not be using the Becca Lilac Primer again because my skin freaking well hates it, and I don't want to jeopardize that. Stuff like witch hazel is good if you're severely spotty, but when you're only slightly spotty at times like myself, I find that a lot of this and stuff like salicylic acid containing products, which are meant to burn away and removes it, can actually upset my skin more. So it's not something I would try. I hope you guys like that, but it's not for me. The last thing we have is a Punk Volumizer Mascara by Ducci. I don't actually know what brand it is. It is the most minuscule size tube, and a full size is about £18, so it's rivaling the likes of Benefit and Tarte if you can attain Tarte. It's got to be a good mascara for that amount of money. Stuff like the Fairy Drops mascara or the Fairy Lashes is also similar prices, but they don't stand up to their monetary value, to me anyway. I think there's a lot of people out there who would gladly pay a lot of money for Benefit, but when it doesn't live up to the claims, you're not particularly happy. So I've got no mascara on, so I'm gonna try it. I have no primer on whatsoever on my lashes. I like the size of the brush. Sometimes a big brush is good, sometimes it isn't good. I'm just gonna see what I can get. I always do welcome a mascara because I can just go in my little box. That's what I would define as one coat. It's not a bad length. It's not kind of giving me what Benefit would in a one coat application. So from that aspect of it, I need to sort that brow out. That's not quite right. Random tangent time. It's not quite lived up to what that can do, but I'm going to try a couple more coats. It's not a bad length at all. I mean, if you can see that one, which has the mascara on, and this one without, it definitely lifts. It's definitely giving a good enough length. It's not bad at all. I think it would... Let's try a third coat. If I was doing this for an everyday kind of venturing out of this house type thing, then I would probably use 3. So yeah, it's not a bad length. It's relatively impressive, if you can see that. I'm trying to like zoom in and show you the length, and I'm sorry if that's a rubbish angle, but you can definitely see where it has lengthened. But if it was a bit cheaper, I would consider this as an everyday mascara. I'm just going to finish this eye now. This eye always does better Dang it. Oh, I've got my brushes downstairs. I'm going to have to correct that. I've just put mascara on my cheek. So I am relatively impressed. It really does fan out my lashes nicely. They look nice enough for every day, but I wouldn't say it's 18 quid's worth of amazing mascara just for me there. And I've also not heard of this brand. I like the fact that it says Punk on it though. That is actually the end of the box. And this is where I'm going to start telling you about why I'm deciding to leave Birchbox. Quite frankly, I think I pay something like £12 or £13 a month for a BirchBox, and let's compare it to something like the LF box, which you saw yesterday. And this is bearing in mind I'm missing one product out of this box. So the comparison between this one, which I think had a grand total of 7 products in it this month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it had 7 products in it, the LF box. This costs me $11.25 a month because I'm still on the old plan. They were really kind enough to people like me who've been on the 12-month plans when they changed them recently, that our price was always honoured. Whereas then you've got the BirchBox, which has got, you know, minuscule amounts at best. I feel like BirchBox has been fibbing and making false claims recently. So a prime example, and it was something that I think the majority of people who received it felt, if you remember last month with the Manakadar setting powder, them turning around and saying to us that this kind of size was a full size product and claiming it the whole time. And there were so many people, myself, there were a few other vloggers, 1 or 2 I was talking to on Instagram, a couple that I've spoken to via Twitter, were so unhappy with that. It seems like the majority of people recently have been so unhappy with BirchBox, and I'm one of them. I've barely had anything in the last few months that I can honestly say I wanted. I wish they would let you pick different cosmetic options. I mean, you know, all right, with an LF box, it's a standard box. You get one lot of stuff in it only. But with BirchBox, they're essentially making it to tailor make you. And I don't really want to get constant cosmetic and body cream stuff, you know. I want more makeup stuff. I wish that they would make that an accessible feature to say, what would you rather have in your box? Do you want a mixture? Do you want hair stuff? Do you want makeup stuff? And they don't, and they're constantly plying us with stuff like Wish that the majority of people seem very uninterested in. Might sound a little bit closed-minded, I'm trying to be as frank and honest as I can. A big factor in people being unhappy is their new benefit scheme as well. Time was last month that you were collecting points and every point went towards money off a purchase. I think it was something like 100 points and you got a tenner off. They've scrapped all that now and they've given you a whole load of new list of stuff. And I have seen, I think 99% of people being entirely unhappy with that. For me, I got annoyed because I had so many points on BirchBox and they did not let me know that said points were expiring, and I just lost out on so much money. Had a similar thing with Debenhams recently, but they were wonderful about it, so thank you guys for that. But I've tried, and I've given BirchBox try after try after try, month after month since January, constantly me in my head going, you need to stop this, and I've now reached the breaking point. There is no way you can compare LF to BirchBox. Not complaining, I'm not trying to bitch or be anything but honest about my feelings. I think a lot of people haven't been happy, and I've just been one of them. This is going to be the last BirchBox we see, and I'm going to go back to Glossy next month, give that a month's trial, see how they go. I only ditched them in the first place because to get all 3 of these boxes a month is over 30 quid, and I don't really earn monthly money from YouTube, so anything you ever see me do is paid out of my own pocket. I can't always afford to do these things. I start with BirchBox primarily because it was the bigger name, so I'm sorry to disappoint anyone with that, but I am going to look up Glossy Box for next month. The other one is Tilly, and so many of you have been requesting that I do that. I think the February one, I wasn't very interested in it at all, but I think there's already Alpha H, there's an OPI polish in it this month, and there's a mini roller lash mascara. That is about 20 quid, so money allowing and seeing what products come up on that, I am all over that this month. All over it entirely, so that's going to be another one we're looking at. As I say, money allowing. With Purdy last month passing and the vet's bills, I've still got, I'm not going to get upset, I've still got a few pennies to kind of recount and get back, so do give me a chance. And I'm sorry to let you down on the BirchBox front, but I don't want to be paying £13 a month for something that I just look at and go, well, that was a waste. Thanks everyone for sticking with me throughout BirchBox. If they improve, I would consider going back, but as of now, I'm ending my subscription. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please do. Please tell me your experience with BirchBox, whether you are stateside, whether you are UK side, any side you're on that has the BirchBox. Tell me how you feel, because I could be way off the mark here. You could look at that and go, you're wrong. Let me know your opinions, your experiences. Let me know how you feel. deal. Like, share, subscribe, do what you want. Please don't get mean on the channel, and I'll see everyone again for more stuff in the coming weeks. Bye everyone.